You can.
It doesn't.
Hold on to your butts.
Don't waste my motherfucking time!
I got up this morning, put on my shoes, tied my shoes, went to the mirror, wanna comb my hair. I made a move, know what to do. Try to break and run.
Welcome everybody to the Lotus Cast. So we're live, but not on Spreaker.
Did you tweet out that we were live but not on Spreaker?
No, I didn't. I was busy filling my drink up.
I bet everyone's pretty confused.
Yeah, people probably think we're not doing a show tonight.
Well, nobody follows our Twitter anyway, so I don't know that it would really help. Are we live on?
We're live on Strange Label. We are not live on Spreaker.
We've conditioned people to go to Spreaker.
This could
Well, of
be
course
our,
we have. We've been
our
doing it for years.
fault, yeah. But let's lay the blame slowly on Spreaker, solely on Spreaker.
Right.
Yeah.
So, or Joe.
Or Spreaker. Or Matt.
Let's lay down the foundation of what's happened here this evening. Shall we?
No, let's lay it solely on Spreaker.
I've been spending $50 a month for Spreaker for a very long time.
Yes.
Very long time. Not one person on the show has ever said, "Hey, let me spot you this month," or "Hey, let me kick in a little money. Let me help you out with the cost of the $50 for Spreaker." I've laid the burden on my shoulders for so long, and I finally said, "Enough's enough. Enough is enough. Let's remove it. Let's get rid of it. We don't need it anymore. It's not doing us any favors." So in April, I said to my good buddy Joe, I said, "Hey, I'm going to get rid of Spreaker. This is going to be it. I don't want to use it anymore. I'm going to stop paying for it. But I don't know what that's going to mean for all of our back catalog, for all of our shows. It's where our RSS feed is. It's how we feed into iTunes so people can download the back episodes. It's where the whole monster is, right? It's on Spreaker. We've been there for so long. So I know at some point Joe downloaded every episode that is available on the iTunes.
I did.
And so in April, I said, I'm going to stop it. And I said, maybe I'm not really tech savvy. Can you look into it? Can you find out if there's a way? What's the best way to do this?
And there's not an easy way. Like, the only way to do it is to literally hand post every episode, because Spreaker doesn't allow you to export the RSS feed. Like, so we'd have to make a new blog for every single episode with descriptions and show titles, and then we would lose.
Well, the thing is there's other sites, there's cheaper sites where we can upload all of the episodes to.
No, I just
that
mean,
will
like,
do the RSS feed, and I know there's a way
you can do that, but we'd have to do that manually for 220 episodes. That's what we have on iTunes.
And there's
right now.
a way to transfer the RSS feed. I know that Frank from RadioFubar.com
As
used
I'm
to
saying,
say
you can do this, but you need to manually post that to the new blog. There's no way to export the Spreaker RSS feed. We'd have to make a new RSS feed on a new blog, new hosting, all of that stuff. Like, it's not.
I don't know who this Matt guy is in the chat room, but he says, "Can we make a cassette tape for every episode?"
I mean, we could.
Joe would have to manually rewind them with pencils.
Probably. There's no easy way to export Spreaker's stuff.
Anyway, I understand. There's no easy way, and that's fine. And I didn't think that it would be an easy task because we have a lot of back catalog. I just knew that I didn't want to spend $50 a month
Sure.
on Spreaker anymore. So that being said, in April, Joe said that he's going to look into it and see what it would take. And then I said, okay, well, we have until the 30th because I figured if I canceled the plan in April, that it would be done, like it would just end. So I don't think I canceled right away. I ended up canceling in May. Actually, no, I did cancel. I think I canceled that night, and I thought it was weird because I thought we had until like May 11th. But then on May 11th, it said like, oh, you have until June 11th, and I was like, oh, well, we have a lot of extra time, and I think I even updated you as to what would happen.
I never heard the date June 11th from you. So
Okay. Do I have to go back through and find
whatever.
where I said we have until June
You've
11th?
been sending me these photoshops that you're making up on your phone.
So anyway, we are live. We are on Strange Label.
And I hit record,
don't.
so I can post it later when we fix Spreaker.
Yeah, I did. All of the music is gone out of Spreaker, by the way. So there's that. We now have 500. We have to remove 63.69 hours.
That's just to get us under the limit. So once we do one episode,
No, that's it. That's to get us to the limit.
Yeah, so
To the limit.
So we'd still have to remove more just so that we'd have space for future episodes.
Anyway, welcome to the show. This is the Lotus Cast. LotusCast.com is where you can listen to us live every Thursday night.
Can they?
No, actually, you can't. You got to go to strangelabel.com in order to listen to us because I don't know where we're going to be, what's going to happen for next week. But welcome to the show. If you are listening, Strange Label. I haven't seen any of the normals pop in to the chat room. I don't know who this Matt character is.
I thought it was just
Probably
you on a second account.
Yeah. That's generally what I do.
Matt's obviously a smart cookie if he knows where to check.
That's right. So what's been going on, guys? What's happening, Joe, Adam?
It was Memorial Day. Did you guys get any drunk?
Did you guys remember to remember? I hope you didn't forget. I hope you didn't forget to remember.
I actually forgot about remembering because nobody reminded me. But there was a ton of food and a killer cookout and parties and stuff. So I think that's what Memorial Day is about.
I remember those who died in the Great Meme War.
Isn't it annoying now? Like, is everybody think they're the first ones to remind everybody every Memorial Day, like what the difference between Memorial Day and Veterans Day is, and that also Memorial Day isn't about barbecues and pool parties. It's about the dead military people.
I think I saw one too. There was a graphic that somebody was like, the Memorial Day is for the dead soldiers and Veterans Day is for the alive soldiers. Like they had to remind people of the difference between those.
I've never heard anyone trying to explain that distinction until this year.
Yeah.
I'm like,
oh, really?
Yeah.
I think I've seen it for the past 4 or 5 years.
I saw a graphic this year and it felt so out of place. Like, okay, so this is something you felt like you needed to make and to share because it was that big of a deal.
They do. I mean, and then the people that do share it, like I see, I've seen all of these graphics. I guess I must have more Rubish friends than you guys do, but I've seen it for years, it seems. And this year it kind of petered out. But the people that were still committed to it, I thought, like, wow, you're really hanging on to this. And I think we all know, we all have been reminded enough. It's like we're never going to forget. Never forget.
Exactly, but like every year, people still feel like compelled to make the same jokes, like "Oh, May the 4th be with you," and all the other like
it's a good one.
Dumb. Oh, I haven't heard that one before. Oh, it's gonna be May. Justin Timberlake.
That was really frustrating.
I hate that it shows up every year. Like, when will the joke die?
It won't, because
like, am I gonna be 90 years old and I'm still gonna see the meme of Justin Timberlake saying it's going to be May, and people are going to be like, isn't that hilarious?
I think it'll peter out for like 2 years, and then somebody's going to be like, hey, remember this? And then it'll resurge.
I don't know. It's done.
But
How was your Memorial
it
Day,
is
Matt?
done. My Memorial Day, I worked. I worked for a few hours.
You didn't
How
like
was
cook
that?
out or anything?
It rained. It rained all Memorial Day.
Oh, that stinks.
It was rainy and shitty. I didn't cook out. I didn't. There was no big plans. I think I played some video games.
But you
So.
went to work and then you came home and played video games?
Yeah.
Oh, that stinks. Because work's like so far away. So it's like 3 hours of your day is just driving to work.
Well, it wasn't bad. I mean, I didn't mind. I took the kids to work with me, so.
I watched some gameplay of that Friday the 13th game you were telling me about. Looked pretty cool.
I did too.
That game does look fun, although I guess there's a single player mode, which is fine. I guess the multiplayer, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Like seeing the big release. If you had a bunch of friends that were playing, I think it would be fun. But
The people I was
Besides
watching
that.
play were so stupid. Like they had
Yeah.
to put the car battery in the car, fill the tank with gas, and they could escape. But one of them fucking puts the battery in the car, the other one takes the gas and fills up a different car that doesn't have a battery in it. And I'm like, you people are so fucking stupid, and they all just get killed.
yeah, some of the kill scenes are kind of fun.
I only watched it through Gary's Snapchat because he's been playing it a lot lately. He just plays as a woman who gets like axed a lot.
She gets it right in the axe wound.
Yeah.
I'm letting people know that we're on Strange Label.
Who, are you sending private messages to people?
Messaging every normal listener.
I got one
Michelle?
message that said, "Is there a show tonight?"
Is it in Michelle?
No, you know who it is.
Uncle Hall.
You know who it is.
Was it Uncle Hall?
Uncle Hall, baby? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I could justify spending the $60 on it.
It's $60. It doesn't look like it's $60.
Oh, really? It looked like $40 game at the
Yeah,
most.
I honestly thought it was like 20 or $30.
Oh, that Star Trek Bridge Crew game came out too, the VR one.
I saw
Yeah,
a
that
picture
that game
of it.
looks fun.
But like you need
Nope.
the PlayStation VR headset, right? Or like an Oculus Rift or something?
Yeah, it's VR.
Man, I thought I had stuff that I wanted to talk about, but then Joe fucked everything up, and now
You're scrambling.
I'm scrambling.
I did want to talk a little bit about the Kathy Griffin like controversy. Just because
oh boy.
yeah, well,
You had to bring it up, didn't you?
why?
You just
Well,
had
I
to bring
wanna
up
know-
something Trump related.
No, but I want to
You
know what people...
Adam is already. You know where he's coming from.
Yeah, but I didn't like
gonna
agree
get
with
them
it
all
either.
hot
But I
and
wanted,
bothered.
but I wanted to hear what your opinions were on it. I know Adam's, I'm sure, is probably like, "Oh, it's appalling," but I wanted to hear your points of view
'Kay.
because, like, on the one hand, like, you know, it's free speech or whatever, so you can do that kind of thing. But like, I mean, I didn't really care for it either. Like, I wouldn't have done, you know, or appreciated it if it was like Obama, who I supported more than Trump anyway. So I'm just curious how you guys felt about it.
I
So
don't
you're in
care.
support
I don't
of it?
care if they have depictions of
I don't.
any president, any beloved president, whatever the situation is.
Yeah.
If you this is what you want to do. If you want to make a decapitated president,
Look,
I don't care about the office. I don't care about any
Yeah.
of it. It's art or whatever you think it is. Fine, do it. You shouldn't be chastised. You shouldn't be fired. There's hypocrites on both sides.
Yeah.
Every Trump person or every anti-Trump supporter is screaming, "Oh, why would you come down on Kathy Griffith for doing this? It's art." But at the same time, you were screaming that anybody that posted any of the anti-Obama stuff, you wanted them destroyed. And then the Trump people are just as fucking hypocritical as the Obama people or the liberals or whatever camp you're in at this point. It doesn't really fucking matter. But you've been you're like, "Oh, this is disgusting and appalling." But you guys were spreading the same shit when Obama was in office.
I was
So,
gonna say like
I-
this isn't like I remember seeing when Obama was in office like people like made dolls and shit that they just hanged like which I thought
Sure.
was really dumb, but like I didn't like scream out against it. I mean, it's free speech. Like, I support Kathy Griffin's right to do it because, honestly, that's the country we live in. It's free speech. You can do it. I didn't personally care for it. I thought it was kind of dumb.
I didn't care about it. It didn't mean anything to me. It didn't inspire me to dislike Trump anymore or like him anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
It really just was like, okay, there's a thing. That's how I looked at it, and you should, if that's how everybody should look at it. Oh, okay, there's a thing. If it upsets you, fine, it upsets you. If you're going to scream about her getting fired or losing her job, well, you're a piece of shit. Like that, everybody just needs to calm down. That's where we're at.
What'd you think, Adam?
I don't
here
care
we
that
go.
she did it. I just laugh that she's getting cannibalized by her own supporters.
I don't know that she had like supporters. Well, just fans, I guess, because she's a comedian. But
I mean, even CNN had to step up and disassociate themselves.
yeah, because they're just like, well, we don't want any of this. Even though it's like 8 months until like she's only works one day a year and it's New Year's Eve. Like it's still like so far away.
And now she won't get to pretend to jerk off Anderson Cooper while a drunk Don Lemon watches.
Exactly.
Masturbates.
Like, I don't think anybody really cared about that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't get the whole up in arms thing. And sure, she made like a statement.
What do you mean you didn't get it?
I mean, because like I said it before, I saw
It was a very provocative image.
I saw a bunch of those dumb Obama dolls being hung like years ago when Obama was in office, and it didn't like nobody like was up in arms then. Like I don't know why
I
is
bet
there?
they probably were up in arms.
Well, yeah, but like I don't remember.
No,
Who
they
were
were
they-
up in arms.
who are
Don't-
they
yeah,
hung- who are they
Joe,
hung
you
by?
can't act like they weren't. Yeah, they weren't up in arms. They were definitely up in arms. Every time it was posted, they were like, "This is horrible. This is offensive. Why would you do this?"
Well, I guess the difference is because like it wasn't like a sort of celebrity. Like it was probably just
Yeah,
some,
I was
like,
gonna say, if it's just some
yeah.
idiot that nobody knows who they are, versus a celebrity that's on TV.
Yeah, like when it happened with the Obama dolls, like I didn't think about it because like it was some some douchebag that did it. But like Kathy Griffin like has some sort of celebrity status that it
should know better.
Garnered more attention.
I guess that is a change. I guess I see that where it's not somebody of note.
right.
Even though Kathy Griffith isn't really
Griffin.
anybody of note anymore.
You didn't watch My Life on the D List?
I actually watched it and enjoyed it. So
When, yesterday?
no, years ago it was on.
Her whole shtick
show
is
was
being a
she on?
shitty actress.
She had a reality show like I don't know, like 10 years ago that was basically like she's on the D list, like she can't get she's not a real celebrity. Like she tries to go around, like she toured a ton for comedy, but like she couldn't like get anybody to recognize her as a celebrity, and like so she had a reality show for a couple of years where it was basically her just trying to promote herself.
Did you see Amy Schumer's boob from the movie?
I didn't see
I haven't
Snatch.
seen the movie.
Yeah.
I just looked up. I just wanted to see her boob, and it's pretty gross.
Did you Google it?
I did.
Can I Google it now and find it?
It's like a fat, ugly brown nip.
Amy Schumer nip snatch. That's what I'm Googling.
Look at pictures of her from a few years ago. She was way better looking. Like 3 years ago.
She did look a lot better back in the day.
What do I have to Google?
is
Because
true.
that apparently got me nowhere. Amy Schumer nip snatched got me nowhere.
think
I don't know
Googled
why you would
boob.
Google that. That is the stupidest fucking.
Boob. All right, boob.
I just
snatched.
found it. Like it didn't. It took no time at all. Oh, maybe
what did you
I didn't
Google?
find it. What the fuck is this? This is Reddit. Why isn't Reddit?
I just literally Googled it and I'm on the images, trying to find it.
You gotta go to the article. No, I don't know. What
A
are we
lot of
doing
this is
here?
just fat women, like getting breast augmentation.
And they look way better.
Where did you find it, Adam? At one of your websites?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't really care to see it. I don't want to see it. I'm kind of just tired of it.
Was that Rochelle saying, "Why are you looking?" Then
Well, I mean, you
Huh?
have to look.
I thought I heard Rochelle saying in the background. Oh, then why are you looking?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna look for it. I just don't have time to do it. Everybody's up in arms about Covefe or whatever.
Yeah, what was the deal with that? Like,
Kafif.
yeah, like I didn't really get it because it seemed like he made a typo, but then like they doubled down by saying he meant to write that.
So I saw the tweet. I saw the original tweet, and I was like, oh. Honestly, I looked at it. I said, "There's a typo," and clearly he wanted to say coverage.
Yeah.
That's what I saw it. I was like, "Oh, he wanted coverage, right?"
Right.
And then I just forgot about it. And then everybody started posting about it the following day, and I'm like, "Wow, really?" I didn't look anything up. I just saw people posting about it. So wow, people are really just scrambling to grab anything they
Well,
can
yeah,
on
because
Trump.
they posted like a press release, the White House saying that he had very specific reasons for writing that. I'm like, why not just say it was, an accident? Like, why? What's the big
Right.
deal?
Yeah, and then when they doubled down on it, I was like, okay, well now I understand why they're getting their fucking balls handed to them because they're just stupid. They're just insanely stupid people.
Can I just tell you, I googled Amy Schumer's side boob, and there's a lot of results.
He has the whole world hanging off his every move. He can.
What do you mean? Why is the whole world hanging off of his every mood? He's
Because
the
he
fucking-
typed a tweet that he didn't finish, and he obviously got distracted and accidentally tweeted it, and then that's
I'm-
what all the headlines are.
Yeah, but like, why isn't there like
Why not just
autocorrect
come
on
out
his
to
phone?
say that?
Yeah,
Like, that's his problem.
Why does he have to say anything? It's clearly just a mistake, and
if
they
it
talk
was
about it for
clearly a
hours
mistake,
and hours.
well, if it was clearly a mistake, why did they come out and say that it meant something? That
Yeah,
it wasn't a
why
mistake.
address it at all?
Why not just leave it the way it is?
What did he say that it meant something?
There was like a press release, the White House.
Yeah, a press release where he said that people that are close to Trump know what it means.
Yeah, why not just say it was a typo? Like, what is the big deal? Everyone
they-
assumed
they
it was a
tried to
Why,
say
typo.
why are they
that-
talking about it so much?
The White House? I have
Because
no idea.
no, Adam. Let me tell you why they're talking about it so much. And I just found this out this morning. The reason that they're talking about it so much is he tweeted it, right? And then it got its average amount of run. Like people were making fun of it, and to the point where he addressed it. Sean Spicer came out and said, "Oh, the people that are close to Trump know what that means," and they said it was an acronym for something. Then people decided, then it became bigger than what it was because he addressed it in that manner. Instead of just saying like, hey, it was a typo or not. There's two roads you go down. Don't say anything, don't address it at all, or address it and be like, yeah, it was a mistake. Don't address it and
But
say
they
that
asked
it
him
means
about it after hours of articles
Okay,
and
yeah,
Yeah,
reporting.
but then
on
why
it.
not say it's a typo? Why did they say
Yeah,
like people
Because
closest
they
to
wanted
him
to
knows what
fuck
it
with them.
means? I don't. That's dumb. You're
that's
the
not
White
him
House. You
fucking
should
with
be
people.
giving people the actual news, not fucking with them.
Why? They're just gonna misreport it anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
Like they misreported the news that it was a personal code to people that knew him.
Who said it was a personal code to people that knew him?
Sean Spicer.
Despite the constant negative press, kafif, clearly meant to be coverage or covering.
But he didn't say that. Like he's such an apologist.
Apologist? What am I apologizing for?
Because you're making
Dude,
excuses for it. You said you clearly think it was a typo, but that
So if it was a typo, why were they reporting on it all fucking day? And then they asked
because
him, and
the
he says,
White House doubled
The
down
only
saying it
reason they're
wasn't a
reporting
typo.
on it
all,
is
all he said
because
was
he said it. They said it was something serious.
they didn't.
Like
The reporter said, "Why did it stay up so long?" Which was it was up less than an hour. Is no one watching this? He said, "No, I think the president and a small group of people know exactly what he meant."
Okay.
Yeah, so that's not saying it's not a typo. That's saying that it means something.
He meant despite the negative press coverage, and some small group of people know that's what he meant.
Oh, is that what he meant?
What do you think it means?
I honestly, when like I said, when I read it, I think he misspelled coverage, or a typo, whatever the situation is. That's what I thought. When they come in and they try this weird cover up, then I'm like, okay, well, it was a cover, or it was a typo, but he's too proud to admit it.
Okay, that's just insane.
Actually seems pretty logical.
I think I would laugh at hundreds of news articles talking about a typo on his Twitter, and I would just fucking
Well, no, because
tease them along.
it turned into a meme, and then all of a sudden, because it was a meme, people started reporting on it. Like, most of the time, that kind of stuff doesn't get coverage.
You mean most of the time? It got coverage instantly.
No, like his tweets don't get like insane amount of coverage like that.
Yes, they do. Everything he tweets gets an insane amount of coverage.
Not like that. Not like as a meme. Like people
Right.
don't meme everything that he writes. Only when he makes mistakes.
It's because it was funny.
Yes, but it was clearly a mistake, which you also
I don't
said.
even know what you're so upset about.
I'm not upset about it. It's just you're trolling us.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
you are getting like super defensive.
I'm
over
getting super
something.
defensive?
Yeah, you're really defensive right now.
What am I so defensive about? You're the one
I don't
thinking
know.
it's some
Ask yourself
secret
that
code.
question, please.
Nobody thinks it's a secret code. We
just said you
literally
did.
just said
No,
we
you
You
thought
said
it
you
was.
think there's some elaborate
Matt
cover
has
up
said
of
it
it.
several
Adam,
times
no,
that he thinks that it was a spelling error, that it was a typo, that he meant coverage.
Yeah, Adam, I didn't say that.
You sound
Joe
awfully
didn't say
defensive
that.
now, Joe.
A defensive opponent. Oh my god, this is so dumb. You're trolling us. I'm positive.
Kafif.
I don't know why you brought this up, Joe.
I didn't. I brought up the Kathy Griffin thing, not this.
The Kafif flies at midnight. The president and a small group of people will know what that means.
What else happened?
Who can figure
Kofif.
out the true meaning of Kofif? Enjoy.
Oh boy. So it looks like Wonder Woman is really on track to be a huge
Kafif.
blockbuster this weekend.
Yeah, I can tell by all the promotion they're throwing at it.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen this much promotion for a fucking film ever. Snapchat had 5 Wonder Woman filters.
You know what it is I think like early reviews have been positive for it, so like Warner Brothers is like flipping out because all of their DC like movies have sucked so far. So they're throwing more money at it. Is it still like high on like Rotten Tomatoes and
It's
stuff?
yeah, 92% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. It opened at like 80% on Metacritic, and I think it was like at 76 when I looked at it today, which is pretty high.
I just Googled Rotten, and the second result is Rotten Tomatoes Wonder Woman. So
I think the movie's going to be fine. Like, I think it'll be a fine film. It's not going to take much to be better than the other DC, the DC films.
yeah, I'm wondering if it's being a little oversold at this point in terms of how good the movie is.
Are those
There's definitely an agenda driving this
those of
film.
course are all like critic reviews, not user reviews because it's not out yet, right?
Yeah, so
The
these are just
92%?
early critic reviews. But like a lot of the reviews I've read, and I haven't read a ton, but like 4 or 5 of them that I've read had said that it's mostly like Gal Gadot, or however you say her name, like she does a great performance in it, and they're willing to like overlook some of the movie's other issues.
Yeah, if you read the reviews, they just scream about how, like, most of the reviews centered around a female lead and a female director,
Yeah,
and they don't even really talk. Oh, we can look over. The movie's flawed, but we have a female lead and a female director. It's so good. It's like, okay, stop it. You're not helping. You're not helping the situation. You're not helping society if you're just going to give a crappy movie a pass because it has a lead female and a lead or a female director. Like,
the other issue is that people say it's not as dark as the other DC films, so that has that going for it. People will enjoy it a little bit more. But you're right. A lot of the reviews just here on Rotten Tomatoes, like they all mention the female director within like the first line.
it's the first thing that they say.
Yeah.
What do you mean by
the
it's not
first-
as dark?
Like how like Man of Steel.
Like there's less black people in it?
Yeah, so there's less black people. Have you seen the trailer? There's no black people. It's all white people.
Is that secret code? Is that why it's 92%?
Yeah, well, I mean, if it was all black people, it wouldn't get that high. Well, I can't say that because Get Out did really well.
Well, let's get out.
Get Out, that horror comedy, whatever it was.
Oh.
But Get Out.
Well, black people are good in comedies. Like minstrel shows. All right, back to Wonder Woman.
Minstrel show.
Yeah, the hype train is really going to push.
Are you
going to
see it this weekend?
I don't know. I don't think I'll have time to see it this weekend. I want to see it, just because obviously if there's something to talk about there's something to talk about. I'll go see it. But
I got my like $4 movie pass from like T-Mobile Tuesday for it, so I actually might use it to see it this weekend.
Yeah, my sister's coming up. Like she's on her way up today. They're stopping in New York, and then she'll be here tomorrow. So she's here tomorrow, Saturday, and then leaves Sunday. So I don't think I'll get a chance to.
She's there for like one day, and then leaves.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why she wouldn't stay for a couple days. That's a hell of a drive. 17 hours.
Did they just have to go back to work on Monday or something?
I mean, they're not even going to make it back Monday because they're going to leave Sunday. So,
Jesus.
like...
Yeah, you're driving on this way and you're not, like, even spending any time here. Like, a day is not enough.
Yeah, I wanted to take them... Like, I wanted them to do something. Take them into Boston or to see anything, really. It's just, kind of a pain because there's not really that much time. Plus, she's bringing us a dog, so it's like we have to be around for the dog. So that's...
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's just funny. Like if they were doing a long road trip, like they didn't stop at a couple big cities and like spent it, at least part of a day there. Like, have they ever been to New York City or something? Like, is that on the way?
I'm sure at some point they've been to New York City, but I think Steph lived in New York for a while.
Upstate, where the
I don't know,
X-Men mansion was.
Yeah. I don't know, man. So what's going on? What's happening? What the fuck's going on, Joe?
Saturday is National Wonder Woman Day.
Is it really?
It's not.
It is.
But who made that?
I think it's like an anniversary of her first comic or something.
Ugh.
Why are you so disgusted by that?
I don't know. It seems like weird timing. I just felt like,
That's probably why they released the movie this weekend.
It's probably right. But, like, it just felt like, it's somebody, like, knows the movie's coming out and they're so thrilled about it. Like, that's what it felt like. Oh, they just made a Wonder Woman Day, like, in some city. But that's not the case, right?
No, it's like her 76th anniversary, I think.
Are people that excited, like, in general about Wonder Woman? Like, I know of Wonder Woman, but, like, I couldn't say that I cared that much about her. It's like I know of Green Lantern, but I don't really care about Green Lantern.
I mean, she's part of the Holy Trinity of DC Comics.
What, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
Is that really a Holy Trinity? Because I feel like when I was growing up, it was Batman and Superman. I don't remember like Wonder Woman being around that much.
I mean, she was always part of the team. I mean, she used to be the secretary of the Super Friends.
Well, see, that makes sense. She was the Girl Friday.
She always tagged along.
I don't think it's that it's gonna be a good film. Like, I'm clamoring over myself. Like, I like comic book films. I want to see comic book movies.
Sure.
I will go see it. I want to go see it. But I don't think anybody was really hyped up to see a Wonder Woman film. Like, if this movie came out in 2005, 2006, 2007. Nobody gives a shit. Honestly,
Are
probably
you saying
in 2010.
that because of like Elektra and Catwoman and stuff that came out around then?
All of it, dude. Like, it's.
Well, is it also because like Elektra and Catwoman were just awful movies to begin with, and by all accounts, this isn't. So
I'm even saying, like, let's say this movie is a decent movie. If it comes out 7 years ago, nobody cares. But the way things are now, where reviewers and critics, when there's a movie that is like a really strong black cast or a female cast or black female director or whatever the situation is, female Ghostbusters, black Get Out, like, they get high praise. They get really high praise from the critics. audience scores come in where probably they should be.
I mean, I think that's a little
And-
unfair with like Get Out because they were both pretty high.
They were both pretty high. I'm not going to say that they aren't, but they're not the same either.
Yeah, but they're
there's
never
definitely
the same
an
for...
agenda-driven. There's an agenda-driven, and then there's I don't know, just people feel a certain way. It's the way we are. If
I
you-
don't know that it's an agenda. I just feel like critics, like they're
If
judging
you say
it on
something
different.
bad about it,
No,
you-
I'm saying
you get
like
slammed.
critics judge it on a different metric than like say a normal Joe Schmo who doesn't really study movies do. Like they might be in love with all the action of the movie and it might have great action, but then the critics would be like, "Well, where's the story?" And I think they're just judging it on different levels. I don't know that there's an agenda necessarily.
It's definitely an agenda. Society, a certain section of society wants they want strong female characters and strong female leads so bad that they will say good things about shitty movies to boost it up, to put it on the pedestal, to raise it up.
Yeah, but where was that
instead
for
of making a
previous
good movie?
female-led movies? Like, where was that for Elektra? Where was that for Catwoman? They both got.
Because back then it didn't matter. Like, we weren't so up our own asses about
Well,
this shit.
What about like
Or
the Hunger Games movies?
Yeah, Hunger Games is a better example. I was thinking like you can't
Yeah,
latch
but-
onto those movies because those are shitty, but there are good female action stars like
I'm
like
not
Tomb
saying
Raider
that-
was pretty good.
I'm not saying that it's for everything. You can make there are good movies with strong female characters and strong female leads. They exist. And I'm not saying like I will say the Hunger Game films are the first couple I really enjoyed. They were good movies, but they want it so bad that they will even say the shitty movies are good to raise them up, just to say, oh look,
Like, well, give me an example.
is-
What are those shitty movies? then?
Ghostbusters.
I mean, Ghostbusters wasn't rated that high. It was like 60 something.
It's got a 73% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wasn't there just another Resident Evil film? Why don't they? I mean, Mila Jovovich is pretty badass in those films. Why don't they celebrate
Yeah.
that movie? Uma Thurman was pretty badass in Kill Bill, but
Kill Bill, yeah. I mean, and I'm not saying that there aren't good movies. There are definitely good movies.
If Ghostbusters is the only one that you have, it's kind of a weak argument.
Okay.
Well, because you're not saying like every movie that we suggest, you're like, well, that was a
no,
good
but
movie.
it's not just that. There's other stuff like complaining that Black Widow and Avengers doesn't have her own movie. Complaining,
I don't necessarily. I don't know that one. I don't care about, but nobody's rating an Avenger film higher because of that or lower because of that.
but they still make a stink about it.
They'll make a statement, but that doesn't change the rating of a movie. I mean, Hawkeye didn't get his own movie. Nobody cares about that.
That's because he's male.
I mean, you're right.
I mean, the new Hulk didn't get his own movie. I mean, granted,
Yeah,
they've
in the
tried like
chat,
3
this is
times.
Star Wars Episode 7.
What is it? Are you saying that it should be less or more than 73%?
Star Wars Episode 7 is terrible. It is not a good movie. Female lead. It has to be a great movie. Everybody has to sing its praises.
That's with Star Wars too. Like the Rogue One
Now-
had a female lead too. It's like and they're coming out with
And-
some cartoon that's gonna have another female lead. It's like, what's with the
Rogue-
big female push on Star Wars?
Rogue One it was a good movie. Like
Well,
I
because
enjoyed
if you
Rogue One
watched
a lot.
the original Star Wars trilogy, like females didn't really have a place in them. Like Princess Leia is really the only one that's in the movie.
But she was a huge star and she was a badass in the movie.
Yeah, but like she was the only one that was there. Like there weren't other females. Like
What about Mon Mothma? She led the entire rebellion.
yeah, but she wasn't a central character.
Well, I mean, if you're going central characters, then it's just Luke, Han, and Leia.
No, you know what I mean. Like she wasn't like a huge like even not.
Are you
out
assuming
of those three.
Yoda's sex?
I mean, he's clearly biracial, bigender.
Judge me by my tiny green penis, do you?
How do you know he has a
Size
penis?
matters
It's
not.
a really big clitoris.
Actually, I just looked on Rotten Tomatoes, and Star Wars Episode 7 has 92%
That's insane.
tomato meter.
That is
and
insane.
89% audience score. So it's a 3%
It's a
difference.
bad movie. Star Wars Episode 7 is a bad movie.
I don't think it's as bad as you're making it out to be, and
It's
I'm accusing you of
not
the same thing that
92%.
you
It's not
accuse
even
me when I talk
89%.
about the Star Trek movies, because I have a lot of beef with those, because it's personally like I have a very like personal invested interest in Star Trek, so I judge those a little bit more harshly. But like Episode 7, I think is the same way for you. Like you judge, like you liked
No,
a lot of
I
these
have
Star
the
Wars
same
movies.
feeling for Star Trek films as I do with Star Wars films.
I'm a huge
Like,
Star Wars fan, and I agree with Matt that Episode 7 wasn't good. And I'm surprised Joe is saying it's better because he always said he didn't like Star Wars.
I didn't like it for the various reasons that we talked about when it came out. I do remember, because I saw it with Matt and Rochelle, like I do remember coming out of the theater, you guys really liked it, and then I remember a couple days later you said you thought about it more, and then you started to dislike
as
it.
I watched it, because I got beat on the head with the fucking nostalgia stick. Like coming out of that theater, I walked out of it. I was like, wow, that was a lot of fun. I really had fun watching that movie. But then as I sat on it and I dwelled on it, it was like, wow, that was a really bad movie. I like it because it was flashy and it was bright and fast and exciting and the same fucking movie that I've already seen, just bigger. That's all they did. And it's bad. It's a bad movie.
Like I haven't gone back to watch it because I felt like the one time was enough. But you're right. Like it's not great, but I didn't think it was the worst thing in the world.
Matt in the chat makes a good point. It's a fucking war. Why would women be involved?
Star Wars. Yeah.
Remember when the actors insulted Black Widow and everyone screamed misogyny about a character?
Oh yeah, because they were like, "Oh, why doesn't she have her own movie?" Or no, I remember the question was something like, "Oh, she's dating like the Hulk in this movie. I thought she was with Hawkeye," and they're like, "Oh yeah, she really gets around."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everyone's outraged that they would dare call a movie character a harlot.
Yeah.
Rogue One, like it was good. It was an original story.
I actually
and I thought
enjoyed
Rogue One
One.
was a
yeah.
lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and it did make sense in Episode 7 how she just... Like, Luke had to go through all this training to learn how to use his Jedi powers, but...
It's actually rated lower than Episode 7, Rogue One.
That's absurd. What's her name? The fucking Rey in Episode 7. She just beats a Sith Lord in a lightsaber match, like, on her first try.
Yeah, like she just discovered that she has like these abilities.
Yeah, and she's somehow like an expert pilot, even though she just rides around in the desert and hands in metal scraps for little bags of powder.
I actually really enjoyed Rogue One. I thought it was it's one of the first couple because I don't enjoy a lot of Star Wars, but it's one of the few that I do enjoy. Rogue One.
Yeah, Rogue One was great. Like it actually had an original story and like unexpected twists and turns, and they didn't have to, like, they could just kill off all the characters because that was natural.
Well, what do you think about the Han Solo like reboot? Is that just a cash grab, or is it going to be interesting?
Depends on the story. I mean, obviously it's not gonna be Harrison Ford, so
Right. I think they have the potential to be good. Like things like Rogue One, and even the new trilogy. Like once we get Part 2 out, they have potential to be good. It's just
Rogue One was
Episode
written by
7
George
wasn't.
Lucas.
no, it wasn't.
That's what this says.
No, it wasn't.
Written by George Lucas, Chris Weitz, and Tony Gilroy. Oh, maybe it's just
I'm
because
sure he got a credit.
they use his universe, so he gets a credit.
I don't know if we talked about it already, but have you seen the clips of like Mark Hamill talking about how he really hates Luke Skywalker's direction?
I have. Yeah.
Wait,
They
what?
said there's a
In the latest
Damn
movie?
it, Joe.
Or?
Yeah.
Joe's like almost character like, wait, what?
What?
Wait.
Well, no, because that sounds
what?
interesting. I want to see him bash the latest movie before it comes out.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
kind of
he,
like
he
conventions.
just said he didn't like the direction his character took in the most recent film. So
Oh, yeah, because it can't be Episode 7. He had no lines.
He's like in The Empire Strikes Back, Luke leaves his training on Dagobah because he has a feeling in the Force that Han and Leia are going to be in trouble. But in this newest movie, he doesn't. He's just off hiding on his own, and Han gets killed, and the whole Republic gets blown up, but he doesn't come out of hiding to come and do anything.
Well, He's the Last Jedi or something dumb, whatever that's called. Isn't I don't know. Isn't the new movie called The Last Jedi?
Yeah.
But isn't Rey? Rey's kind of also a Jedi. I don't know.
Matt in the chat says, "Why do we need to have a prequel of everything to find out how they grew up? We're gonna get a coming of age Chewbacca film too."
I'm sure that's
I mean-
alongside the Han Solo.
They are really just trying to squeeze every ounce of semen out of the dick, out of the Star Wars dick.
I mean, the truth is they can. It's such a big cash cow for them, and people always
Sure.
want more Star Wars stories. Despite, because I mean, for years they only had the movies.
There's a lot of good stories to tell in the Star Wars universe. It doesn't have to be the same characters all the time, though.
Yeah,
Although it is kind of weird because like every single background character in the Star Wars original trilogy has like some elaborate backstory and a name. Like every little no-name alien in the bar in the opening scene.
you mean like they
Yeah,
wrote
that-
one and they just,
That was a problem with even Rogue One, and they're too afraid to do it. They're too afraid to branch off on a story and not have it connected or heavily peppered with callbacks, right? Because Rogue One had a lot of that. You had the people that, like you just said, the bar. They had the girl that Chewbacca threw in the Rancor pit. Like they are afraid to do a movie.
The fat dancer with 6 breasts.
Yeah. They're afraid to do it. They don't have confidence that they could pull it off and people would be interested in it.
The cartoon on the Disney Channel, Rebels, that's like a really good cartoon. It brings in and it's all original characters too. It's like a Jedi who was training during like the Clone Wars, but he didn't get his full training, so he escaped. And he's like leading a band of rebels now, but he's not that good.
But it's so much easier for them to do that with animated films because there's just they're not riding on a lot. They're not waiting for the big box office push. They can make these really interesting, fun, and
Yeah, it's
even
a
if
quicker turnaround
a fraction of the people watch it, who cares really?
yeah, they're not paying up big salaries to named actors. They're not paying up big salaries to named directors. They're not doing special effects. It's all, easier, and there's quicker turnaround. They can make more of them in a small amount of time.
Right.
Well, Marvel's kind of doing a good job with that. You have the fun, family-friendly Avengers movies, but then like the Netflix TV it's set in the same universe, but it's R-rated, way more violent.
Yeah. Although they kind of like only do like 2 series a year, so it's going to be like 3 more years before we get another season of Daredevil, based on that schedule.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'd like to see a Star Wars live-action show. They were talking about a Star Wars live-action show like years ago, and it never came out.
Yeah, that
TV
would be
show,
cool.
I mean, that's kind of hard because the budget would have to be really high.
Not necessarily. I mean, if you just keep it in a setting, it doesn't have to be
Like what?
jet
on a
setting
ship?
across space in every episode.
Or just on a planet or something?
Yeah, it could be on a ship.
Wasn't
it could
it-
be on a planet.
Isn't it boring if it's on a planet? It's Star Wars. Like, don't you want to see the space battles?
I mean, yeah, you could have that in there, but it doesn't have to be.
Oh.
It could be like a Star Trek away mission or something. They're just on a desert planet where they're just filming in the desert of California, but there's a bar there. It's all the different
Is
aliens
this
that come
all
into the
that's
bar.
in the Star Wars universe is just desert planets with bars?
Pretty much. There's also forest planets and ice planets. And that's it. There's nothing in between.
Yeah, you only get those kind of 3 locations.
Pretty much.
How's there oxygen on the desert planets?
Yeah,
Well,
what trees are making it.
There's the oxygen farmers.
Oh, right.
They farm it.
And I do think it's funny that a lot of the desert planets just inhabited by farmers. Like, what are they farming?
Moisture. And they're havens of
There's
crime.
at work, this girl. So I've been suckered into donating to 2 causes recently. So one person is walking around with a little jar, looking for money for her kid walking for the diabetes.
Is it like per
And-
mile, or does she just want like $10 or something?
Yeah, she's looking for donations. I don't really know, and I don't really care. So I think
Well,
I
look,
gave
so
her
you can
like
get-
$20.
You can get burned if it's like, oh, you pay like per how many miles they walked. So if you write down $20 and then they walk 10 miles, and you have to pay $200.
No, I just gave her money. I said,
Oh.
"Here's $20 to your cause."
Sure.
And then so that woman, right? She's I was talking to her to see like, oh, how'd your daughter make out with the diabetes thing? And she says, oh, she made a lot of money. She qualifies for one of the prizes. And I was like, oh, you get a prize? And she's like, yeah, if you reach a certain tier, you get a prize. I said, oh, well, I guess that's cool, like a little reward. And she was like, yeah, last year they didn't give it to us. I had to storm into the principal's office, and I was like, the only reason these kids are doing this is for the prize. If they're not going to get the prize, what's the point?
What a miserable bitch.
I remember thinking of it like, well, yeah, you are. Just what a great lesson to teach your fucking kid.
Seriously. This isn't for diabetes at all. It's like, it's just to win a dumb prize. Like, what are you teaching your kid? Like, why not just give the kid the prize yourself? Like, why bother wasting all this time collecting money?
All right, at that point, why don't you just keep in the money?
Yeah.
Like, you're going around at work saying, oh, I'm raising all this money. Like, what's to say you're not going to take it home and just spend it yourself? But
what was
I
the
donated
prize?
another $25 to AIDS today.
Really? Is somebody doing like an AIDS walk, or somebody has AIDS?
Yeah, their daughter's got the AIDS walk thing going.
We don't do like the donations like that at my work, but it is a lot of donations for like, oh, it's somebody's birthday, somebody graduated and got a new degree, and I feel like there's always something. So I'm always giving away $10.
I hope you burn your clothes if you touch someone that was around AIDS people.
I don't think that's how AIDS works.
Well,
It's not.
It's kind of a call to that Always Sunny episode.
You got to chuckle at a Joe after all.
He thought I was being a meanie, but then he realized I was being a funny.
You're being a funny. You're calling out to the things we know and love.
Cultural
It turned out
references,
okay
am I right?
after all.
Would you donate to anything in particular, Matt? Like, would you solicit donations for any cause in particular?
I don't know. I donating to those things. I have an issue with. Like, I will always say no when I'm going through the checkout line,
Sure.
and they
When
say,
they're like,
"Would you like to donate $1
Yeah.
to the whatever fund?"
To
I
the
always say
orphans
no,
hospital?
just because I remember when I worked at the movie theater and they did the Stars for Hope, and the money that they would collect for that. I remember them saying, "Oh, well, we are able to keep a portion of this because it covers our expenses for doing the fundraiser." So it's not even like 100% of the proceeds don't go to the actual cause.
Oh, yeah. Like, they're taking a piece of it.
Right. So they take, like, the theater takes their cut, right? Because, we're doing the cause and we have to staff people and ask and whatever, like whatever they say their expense is. Then it's got to go to the cause, and the cause has their own expense. And by the time fucking the Jimmy Fund kid that's got cancer gets his money, it's like 10 cents on the dollar. So
Would you like
This
to
is
donate
hardly
$1 to obese refugees? Will you
No.
house an obese refugee?
For years, Matt was trying to get me to get a foreign exchange student for some reason.
I still would love for you to get a foreign exchange student.
Where would I house this foreign exchange student?
The summer kids are coming.
Yeah, so
They're-
like
they're
Matt's
begging.
on some
They
sort
have
of
these-
subscription list, and then he always posts my email address or my Facebook or something, so that I get these messages from them like, we really need homes for these kids. I'm like, well, what do you want me to do with this?
Because I want you to house a kid.
Where am I going to house the kid? Where is he going to sleep?
I think it'd be good for you. I think, Adam, don't you think it'd be good for Joe to get a foreign exchange kid and have to take care of somebody for, like, do something completely selfless
What
for a
about,
summer?
like caring for a dog, you know?
I don't think Joe
Go
could
fuck
handle
yourself.
a kid. The kid would just walk all over him and take complete advantage.
I doubt it.
The teenagers are
I
really polite
taught
and nice.
for a long time. I know how to handle teenagers.
Yeah, but this one's living with you.
I don't see how that would make a difference.
Well, all right. So what would you do to say he went in and he ate your last bagel bite?
Chimichanga?
He ate your last pizza roll
I mean, what am I going to do? Why would I get angry over that?
because you were saving it.
Saving one pizza roll?
That was your last pizza roll, and you said, "Don't eat this pizza roll. I'm saving it for dessert."
All right.
And
Well,
he just
All
went
right,
and
so
ate
you
it.
he figured out your PIN number and withdrew all the money in your savings account.
well, you wouldn't get very far.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't have that money anymore.
I mean, I would be upset. I would probably.
He stole your car and crashed it into the Medway Lotus.
I mean, I'd definitely be upset. But I mean, he's only here for like 2 months or something, right?
What would you say to him?
I can't believe you did this. I think you should go to jail, and I'll pick you up in a couple days when I have a new car. Should I call the
Think you should-
cops?
why-
Because he was
You're
probably
sending
drinking
him
and
to
driving,
jail?
right? What?
He didn't drink and drive. He just
just
didn't know how
crashed
to
it?
drive. Yeah, into the Medway Lotus.
Well, I mean,
he
if
killed Joe.
Well, if he killed somebody, I think the cops are definitely going to show up, and there's not much I can do. They'd probably.
Would you brush it under the rug so he wouldn't get deported?
What? I'm going to take the fall?
Yeah.
No. He can
I
be
mean,
deported.
We
He'd
all
go back
know
home.
Joe
You're-
can't take responsibility for anything.
But
It's
he-
not my fault in this case.
But he's responsible for the student.
Well, first off, I would be very careful where I left my keys in my wallet, so I don't know how he's getting access to any of these things.
So why don't you get a girl then instead of a boy?
I don't care. It's not going to make a difference to me.
Are you worried she's going to come on to you?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be the first time.
She wouldn't be shocked by looking at your uncircumcised cock.
Why, you just assume that everywhere else in the world is uncircumcised?
Yeah.
They would never let a girl exchange student move
Yeah.
in with a single man.
No, they would never do that. They wouldn't even let, like, anybody do that.
It would be great. I would love to type up an email from Joe. To be like, I am a single male, and I would love to house one of your female students.
With a winky emoji.
Yeah. Just use my Bitmoji with it.
Right.
No,
Oh,
they're never
Joe.
gonna. They're never gonna allow that.
I don't know what we're going to do with you. I really don't.
I don't either.
If he pooped on the floor, would you make him rub his nose in
I
it?
would rub his nose in it, and then I'd spray him with a bottle, rolled up newspaper, and hit him on the nose.
That's abuse.
Could you imagine if he was just like ejaculating into fucking
Oh.
Joe's milk?
Gross.
And Joe drank it.
Dude, you
Every
come in
day
my
he just
burrito?
ejaculated.
What if he grew to like it and you asked him to
I would ask him to keep doing it because I liked it.
before he goes back to Nicaragua or wherever he's from, you ask him to fill up a jar for you.
Oh, that's gross. Oh, I don't even know if he could because, like, how many days is he here? Is he going to be doing blanks after a little while?
You ask him to masturbate with a condom on, one of your 200 condoms that you bought, and then you suck the jizz out of it.
Oh,
Oh, God.
that's disgusting.
It's not good.
I would never ask anybody to do that. That sounds miserable.
Well, you gotta have those condoms used
I did
before
see
they
like
expire.
I did see like a real sex episode once where like there was a lady that really liked that, and then she would like just throw like the excess semen in her fridge so that she could have drinks of it later, and it was so disgusting. I wanted to vomit in my mouth. She was like she had these like little shot glasses full of semen in her fridge, and she would just pull them out and start drinking.
She pulls out like a milk carton and starts chugging it.
It's so gross.
Did you
Get a milk mustache.
did you guys see the Tiger Woods video?
There was video. Wait, what?
Yeah, there
Yeah.
was video.
You didn't see the Tiger Woods video?
I'm gonna look it up now. I saw his like mugshot photos. He looks miserable. The dash
yeah, this
cam video?
video of him being given the test, the roadside test. What is that called?
The dash cam video.
Yeah, there's a
Sobriety
dash
test?
cam of him taking the sobriety test.
Oh man,
He can't. His eyes can't follow the light.
it's 30 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, it's a long video. You can't watch it now. It's like, but they keep telling him like, "Oh, here, follow the light, sir, with your eyes," and they're like, "Your eyes aren't following the light." So he wasn't drunk. Like he was on prescription meds. Is that what happened?
Yeah, well, why isn't anybody watching him though? Like, they said they found him asleep, right, in his car on the side of the road.
Yeah. He pulled over, right, and he put the flashers on.
But his like fender was damaged and there was like grass in his front grill.
So he like drove through somebody's yard before he eventually stopped, right?
Probably.
That's ridiculous.
Maybe we don't have proof yet.
Did you see it? ESPN like photoshopped his mugshot to like make him look less disheveled.
Why would they bother doing that when everywhere else is going to show the disheveled video? Or
That's
photo?
what I said.
Like, why do you waste your time with that?
I know.
Are people just going like straight to ESPN for their only news on this?
Well, I mean, it's sports news.
Yeah, but like, I think I got a push notification from like TMZ, like when it happened. Let me see.
They're just trying to help a brother out. He didn't do nothing.
Why ESPN used Photoshop Tiger Woods mugshot? Why did they do this? New York Post. Oh yeah, they like combed his hair.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah, that's weird.
He's a
All
good
right.
boy.
You guys want to wrap this bad boy up?
Sure.
This crazy exciting episode. I don't remember when they made OJ look lighter skinned. Did they do that?
Have you seen Sammy Sosa recently?
No, why? Does he have vitiligo or something?
He went through like Michael Jackson treatment to become a white person.
That's vitiligo, isn't it?
You don't get that on your whole body.
I just Googled Sammy Sosa, and the first one is white now. Sammy Sosa goes white. That's on YouTube. So he is skin bleaching?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, yeah.
Michelle wants to know why we were on Spreaker.
Just go back and listen to the first 10 minutes of the episode.
But how is she going to go back and listen to this?
Oh, yeah, because I'll send the file to Mike, and she can listen to a replay or something.
A replay.
Oh, wait, I forgot to hit record.
Final thoughts, Adam?
I just want to say how excited I am, and I'm sure all of us are, about Trump withdrawing the U.S. from the Paris Climate Accord.
Oh, yeah? Why are you excited?
Because we're not getting screwed in that awful scam of a deal anymore.
It's not a scam of a deal. It was voluntary. Every aspect of it is voluntary.
And now we're not going to do it.
Yeah, but instead of angering world leaders, he could have just stayed in it and not done anything.
He could have stayed in it and have the U.S. pay for...
It was voluntary, even paying for things. You didn't have to do it.
And he's not.
Yeah, but he could have just stayed in the agreement and not done anything. He actually did more work for himself because now people don't trust him.
With an agreement, Joe, is that you usually have to do stuff you agree to. I know you're not familiar with that
That's
concept.
not what this agreement was. Everything in it is voluntary. It's literally everything is voluntary inside of it.
Why would you agree to something that's voluntary and then not do any of it?
That's literally how the whole thing was structured. Because people believe in climate change the world over, and they're willing to do it. But there's no penalties for not doing it. Everything was voluntary.
If we didn't do any, like Matt says in chat, if we followed it, it was shit.
What?
If we didn't do anything, then that would have just angered them. So
yes,
pulling
but now
out angers them by
pulling out
staying
angers
in.
them because now he's ruined diplomatic relations with a lot of countries that were our allies. When staying in would have not done that, and he didn't have to do anything anyway, because like most of the stuff doesn't take effect for another 3 or 4 years. So really, he's just doing it for his own reasons.
His own reasons? No, it's for America's reasons.
It's not
Because-
for America. Well, why did so many CEOs come out and denounce it then, if it was for America's reasons?
What CEOs came out and denounced it?
Like Ford, Tesla, Google, Apple, Facebook, like a ton of companies came out and said this was dumb.
Maybe they're mad because they're not getting those sweet government subsidies anymore.
I don't think that's the case. I think because they believe in climate change, like literally everyone else does, and they thought it was
Well, they
silly.
shouldn't. Literally everyone else?
Yeah. Every country in the world, aside from us, Syria, and like Nicaragua, and Nicaragua didn't join because it wasn't strict enough. And Syria is in a civil war. So really, we're the only ones who didn't join.
Syria's in a civil war and it's already smarter than the rest of the
No,
world.
I think they're not paying attention because they're in a civil war.
So now the U.S. won't be paying to clean up India and China's mess.
They weren't going to anyway.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, if
The U.S.
Obama
would be
was
paying
here,
like 50%
but they
of
don't
the deal.
have to. He literally could have not done it. He's just making headlines for no reason. and ruining diplomatic relationships with countries that are our allies.
Joe, final thoughts.
I was pretty upset today because I found out that Sense8 got canceled, and I really enjoyed this
So
season.
happy when I read that headline.
Because, yeah, I enjoy it, and you wanted to see me upset.
Whenever you are disappointed,
I
am just
I was
happy as
really
pig and shit.
upset because it was like, I don't know, I saw it today, I got a push notification on my phone, I was just like, what the fuck? That sucks.
I don't know why, but I know why. But my reaction is, I read Netflix cancels Sense8, and I out loud said, "Thank God."
I was really disappointed.
It was only because I knew when you read that headline,
I
you were
know.
like, "What? No!"
Yeah, I literally, my stomach was upset over it. I was upset. I enjoy that series a lot.
You know, he said that he was by himself in his car, and he went, "What?
I was
no!
at work. No, I was at work, and I did go like, what? No, but in my mind.
What? No! No,
Yeah.
you said it out loud.
No,
Don't act like you did.
I was at work.
What? No!
Yeah,
And then I wasn't
having
on
like
my
a
end going, "Thank God."
great day at work, and then when it came, like while I was busy, because I felt my phone vibrate, and I looked down, I was like, no, the day is
God
ruined.
damn it, Adam! How miserable is Joe's life that he gets push notifications when Sense8 gets canceled?
I get news push notifications from Apple News.
I have one push notification on my phone. It's when Joe gets canceled.
Oh, Joe, did you ever catch the mouse that was living with you?
No, but I haven't seen him since then. Maybe he's not around anymore. Sometimes I could go a long time without seeing him. I don't know. I think Max has like a.
Do you think he goes off on adventures?
Yeah, probably. That would be my guess.
Did you ever watch that movie Colossal that Mike was telling you to watch?
Oh shit! No, I forgot about it.
I watched it.
Was it good?
I liked it a lot.
So I should watch it.
I like the comment in chat. Joe makes no sense. Just stay in the agreement, but don't do it.
It's the whole agreement is voluntary. Like you don't have, and you don't anger your allies if you leave the agreement. I mean, I don't think this is hard to understand.
Wait, you don't anger your allies if you leave the agreement? Didn't you
No,
just say
if you
he was disrupting
if you
relations?
don't leave the agreement,
All right, never mind.
if you
I
don't
didn't
announce that
mean to
you're
bring
leaving,
it back up again.
yeah.
Matt, final thought.
Well, my final thought is about the Paris agreement.
What about it?
It's very kafif.
If you enter into an agreement, then you should stay in the agreement, right, Joe?
I was for staying in the agreement because I believe in climate change. It's a real thing.
All right, what if
Look at Adam say that in his eyes.
What if you had to stay in the agreement?
I'm just trying to stir shit up. That was it. That I didn't really.
I mean, we've
Want
had
to
the
talk about
warmest
that?
year on record. Like, Antarctica is turning green. Literal ice, sheets.
Antarctica's turning green.
It is. You can look it up. There's the ice is melting in Antarctica, and you can actually see the ground.
Good. Then I can capitalize on buying some cheap property in Antarctica.
Yeah, but if we get
setting up a
if
farm.
the whole Earth turns 2 degrees warmer, then all of a sudden our coastlines disappear because the ice caps have melted and our sea levels rise, and that just kills everybody.
So the ice melts and the sea levels rise, but no water gets evaporated?
Adam,
Off
there
the
is
sea?
so much water that is frozen, and it doesn't get hot enough for it to evaporate like the surface does. But there's so much water that it goes all the way down to the seafloor. Like,
So there wouldn't be more rainfall? We could have...
There's gonna be a ton more
we wouldn't
water
have
all
deserts
around.
becoming lush?
yes, that stuff will happen because the coast will disappear, cities will get flooded, and we'll have stuff like deserts and stuff will start getting
Can't
more
build
water.
seawalls?
No, do you know how deep the ocean is?
And you're saying it's going to raise by 2 degrees.
Yes, if the Earth's temperature raises by 2 degrees all around, then that's what will happen. And the whole point of this accord was so that people, like countries, would volunteer to get their stuff in order and set to go by 2030, so that we could prevent that 2-degree change.
What happened if the temperature dropped by 2 degrees?
Then
I'm
things
really
would-
excited because tomorrow
That'll
I'm
be
going to
even
be a
worse.
dog owner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be I'm going to have a little puppy. Professor Porkchop joins the family.
What are you gonna do when he's not well trained?
Kick him.
Oh, that's unfortunate. What was he gonna do with the cats? Is he be okay with the cats?
Yeah, he'll be fine. Would you ever eat a dog?
No, God no.
You've never had dog
I so
meat?
badly want to cook a meal and just like put dog in it and then feed it to you and then tell you when you're like 3/4 the way through.
Well, I
It's
mean,
dog.
unless we're going on a trip to China together, I don't think that's going to happen.
I could kill a dog and cook it.
Oh yeah, what dog do you have?
So I'm about to have one right now, like tomorrow.
So you're gonna give me like dog veal?
Yeah, why not?
I don't think you will because you'd be like, oh, this puppy's so cute. I
So
couldn't kill
after
it."
you ate 3/4 of a dog, what do you think would be best, Adam? If I told him as he was 3/4 of the way through eating the meal, or let him eat it and digest it, so that his body, so he can't throw it up.
Are you saying what's more evil?
Yeah. What is the worst thing to do to Joe?
I think while he's eating it would be more upsetting because he can still taste it at the time.
Oh, this tastes. He would be complimenting the meal the whole time. Oh, this is really good.
Yeah, and then you get to see the look on his face as it turns and he just drops his spoon or fork.
I'm
Like I show him
spooning
the
dog
pictures
you did.
as I was filleting the dog.
Oh my
like
god! If
skinning
you
it.
showed me those pictures, I don't know what I would do. That's awful.
And then I would like reach into the freezer and pull out a dog snout and lay it on the counter.
Yeah, if you waited till after, I don't think it would be as effective.
No.
So definitely 3/4 through the meal.
Yeah, like right as he on his last bite.
Just like the slideshow starts. Me preparing the meal.
Yeah. And just for good measure, you jizz in it.
Dude, you come in my dog burger?
All right, guys. I don't know what's going to happen next week, so I don't want to say go to thelotuscast.com.
What do you want to say?
Have a good night. Strangelabel.com.
All right.
That's really it. That's all I got. You got a song?
Yeah, sorry. There's just a lot of intro to it I had to skip through.
Nice, guys.
I was going to enter into an agreement with Joe, but I just kafif.
Okay. Good night.
Night.